everybody, this is Shelby from Chicago Music Exchange, and today we have 4 steps in the Jazzmaster evolution: 1959, a 1960, a 1964, and a 1974. Each one has slightly varying features, and we can see how this guitar has changed over time in the first original run of the Jazzmaster. Here I'm holding a 1959, which, as most of you know, is the first full year of production of the Fender Jazzmaster. This one's actually penciled mark on the neck heel 159, which means it was made in January of 1959, making this one of the earliest ones we've actually ever seen at the store. This thing has tons of great life across it, great wear on the back, on the neck. It plays like a dream. As you see, it already has a mastery bridge on it, but it comes with the original stock bridge as well. This has an original anodized gold pickguard, clay dots, and a slab rosewood neck. This thing is an absolute tone machine. I don't want to put it down. So in late 1959, Fender actually moved from the gold anodized guard to the torque guard, which brings us to the 1960. Like the 59, the tailpiece still says patent pending because Fender was still applying for the patent for this ingenious design. This one has the original bridge, clay dots, and the slab rosewood board. All the specs are pretty much the same as the 59. There's tons of wear across the back of this thing. The back of the neck is awesome. It feels incredible. Not a ton changed from 59 to 60, other than the torque guard. All of the labeling still is the same, the pickups are still the same, the fretboard's still the same. But this is an awesome example of a 1960 Jazzmaster. From 1960 to 1964, the specs for the Fender Jazzmaster stayed pretty consistent. Here I have a 1964 where we really see another change in the history of this guitar. The most important thing is that it's a veneer rosewood board instead of a slab rosewood board, simply because they ran out of materials. The tailpiece has a patent number on it finally, and you can see that the logo has changed quite a bit. It's fattened up, and you can see some patent numbers underneath it. This one in particular has a very dark burst and some light wear on the back. The checking is awesome. The back of the neck feels incredible. Original stock bridge, original pickups. This is a great example of a 1964, which is going to stay the same until about 67. So in 1965, when Leo Fender sold Fender to CBS, saw a huge transition between the 1964 into really 1966, which is the only puzzle piece that's missing here, where you saw dot inlays with a bound board. In 67, this was pretty much the standard Jazzmaster, up until the end of the production in 1980. So this is a 74, which is exactly the specs that ran up until the end of the original production. You have a bound board with big block inlays. The pickup construction has changed quite a bit. There are completely different bobbins underneath here. As you can see, the logo is completely different. All the patent numbers are still there on the tailpiece as well. But this is the Jazzmaster that ended up being the last full run. And this is a great example of a 1974 Jazzmaster. Thanks for watching my brief history of the Fender Jazzmaster, and I'm obligated to tell you, whoever buys the 59, I actually come with the guitar. I'm very excited to meet you and see my new home, so thank you in advance.